Hey guys, and welcome back to Jedi Step Productions. Today we're going to be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars 75385 Duel on Peridea. This set released almost 1 year ago on August 1st of 2024, and it comes with 382 pieces and retails for a whopping $55. This set comes with 4 exclusive minifigures to this set and 1 Night Trooper that also comes in the Night Trooper and Dark Trooper Battle Pack. Looking at the box art of this set on the front, it shows all 5 minifigures included and the set itself with all of the information. And I do love that they have Thrawn's Star Destroyer hovering over the build. It adds some very cool detail that I did not expect LEGO to be putting in there. On the side of the box, we have Asoka and Morgan Elizabeth fighting, and just the LEGO Star Wars logo. On the back of the box, we have some of the play features and the build and minifigures again. And then on the top of the box, we have the highlight of this set, which would be Thrawn. Upon opening the box, you will find 3 numbered bags and an instruction booklet and a pack of stickers with 19 stickers, but these stickers obviously should have been printed on the pieces. But lucky for us, people like M&R Productions make printed tile packs for these kind of sets, which helps upgrade your kits to look a lot better. So as I said before, there are 5 minifigures in this set, all based off of characters from the Asoka show. Starting off, we have a Night Trooper, which, as I mentioned, also came in the Night Trooper and Dark Trooper Battle Pack. He has some cool printing with the gold cracks in his armor and red fabric wrapped around him. The back does have printing to just a pretty normal with gold and red. The Night Trooper does have the zombie face we see in the Night Trooper and Dark Trooper Battle Pack. The only thing I do have to complain about this minifigure really is the helmet that LEGO is using, which is the continuation of the Family Guy helmet, and it limits where you can turn the Stormtrooper's head, and you can only turn it if you take the helmet actually off the head, so it is not connected. Aside from the Stormtrooper, all of the other minifigures I'm quite content with, and we're going to look at the Asoka Tano minifigure, and she looks to be a great minifigure. Her robes are very nicely done. I do like the details that they included on her legs, and the arm printing is not terrible. The only thing I would maybe change about it is maybe dual molded arms to have the white really pop out on the bottom half of her arm, and then maybe print the little gray wrist thing onto the white dual molded arms. But her headpiece is pretty nice. The lightsabers are, she does have 2 of them, and she has the clear ones or white as we see in the show. Looking at the back of her, it does look pretty nice. The only thing is the orange on her back is a little bit off-colored, I would say, because the actual torso is a gray torso instead of like orange. So that looks a little bit weird if you're looking at her from the back. The headpiece printing is pretty nice, and she's a pretty nice minifigure overall. She does have a double-sided face. One side is angry and one side is like the normal modest look, I guess, kind of. Not exactly happy, I guess, but it does get covered up with her headpiece very nicely in the back, so you won't see that when you're looking at the minifigure. But it is nice that they included 2 sides of the face depending on what you want to depict when you're playing with this or displaying it. Next we have is Morgan Elizabeth, and this is a pretty good figure, and this is the only set you can get her in, just like all of the other minifigures except for the Stormtrooper, obviously. And I really like the red torso because it it really just shows what she was in the show and looks very good on her. The face print is very nice. She also has a double-sided face, just like Asoka does, which you cannot see from behind because the hair covers it up. But the hairpiece is also very nice, and it has some like braids going back into a bun-looking hairstyle, which looks really cool for her hair. The lightsaber is, or not lightsaber, the sword she has is just a recolored piece of the Mandalorian Darksaber, which we got in a few Mandalorian sets a few years ago. But it's very cool to be getting the sword with her too. On the back, the torso has the belt, which goes around the front and back, which looks pretty cool. And then the different lines to represent the folds, I guess, in her jacket. They do give her the like female indents to make them look a little bit skinnier, which I like. The next minifigure we have is Ezra Bridger, and he's a pretty nice minifigure. I do really like getting him in a set. The printing everywhere looks pretty good and no mismatch shaping or coloring. His hairpiece is a very nice hairpiece. I really do like that piece. It does look like in the back it kind of has like a braid going down the middle of his hair a little bit. I don't know if that's just me or if that's what Lego intended to do. But looking more at his torso, all of the cloth looks very nice, layered together, and looks pretty accurate to what we see in the show. His leg printing is what I was worried about, maybe not being the correct color, like the tan in the middle of his legs, not being the correct color to the colors on the torso, but they match very well, and everything matches up pretty good, and there's no big gaps or weird colorizations that don't match. His face print is also double-sided, just like most of the minifigures in this set. You have the calm face, and then you also have like the more angry face. He does come with his blue lightsaber that we see him use in the show. One more detail I did forget about the face print is he has these two like scratch marks on his left cheek. It is accurate to the show, and it looks pretty cool. It's just a little added detail that Lego put in there, and it's very nice to see them doing that. And now for the final minifigure of the set, we have Thrawn, which is probably the highlight of this set, having him return. I really love this minifigure, honestly. I think it is 100% better than the Star Wars Rebels one we got quite a few years ago now. I love that he got dual molded legs. It looks awesome. His torso looks pretty good. The only thing I'll say is that they only put one pen on each side of his jacket pocket, I guess. But they finally got his rank correct. He looks really good overall, I would say. He does have another double-sided face like everybody else in this set. But I'm just amazed by this minifigure. He looks great. On the back, it has his lines for his shirt and the back of the belt. It also has some of the gold remnants because he has like those shoulder, not pauldron things, but like the gold shoulder things that we see in the show. And overall, he just is a great minifigure and looks fantastic, and is a huge upgrade to the first Thrawn we got quite a few years back. And now onto the actual build. It is a pretty decent set and is a decent scale and size. But I don't have many complaints about it. But I did find cool instructions where you can take half of two builds, or a build and a half, and make the full circle, which I wish Lego would have done. It would have made for a way cooler display than just a little more than a half circle that they gave us. But overall, it's a very good build. There are some very interesting building techniques that they use, which make it look pretty cool and have some cool play functions. All three of the circular tables on the build all spin somehow. And I think Lego did a great job on the pillars, the black pillars that we see in the show. All of them are almost different. The back two are completely different, and then the two that are more towards the front are the same, but it all looks really good, and it makes for a pretty cool display. If you have smaller shelves, it looks pretty good. But I don't have many complaints about the build itself, besides obviously the gray stickers, which we all know should have been printed. But there's people that make the printed tiles, so it looks really good, and I don't have much to say about the actual build itself. It was a fun build, but yeah, it's a pretty good build, and there's not much to complain about the build because the minifigures are pretty much the highlight of the set. But yeah, the last thing I have to say about this set is that it's very overpriced. It comes at $55, and it only has 382 pieces, which is very expensive. I was lucky enough to find this for 50% off, but I know Lego had marked it down, and I know Walmart, Target, Amazon, all of them probably have it for less than $55. If you haven't picked this set up and you're thinking about getting it, I would not hesitate, because it's a pretty good set, and four of the minifigures are exclusive to it. Thank you for checking out my review on the LEGO Star Wars 75385 Asoka Tano's Duel on Peridea set review. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know what you think of this set.